The company.
Like Aria.
Our eXp commercial president. We were talking about building a commercial division for a while with eXp, and 2.5 years ago it came to fruition, and it was about 3 years ago. I had a call, spoke with Jason Gessing. I said, Jason, when are we going to launch a true commercial division? And Jason goes, well, why don't you help out? So we had, it was a shareholders event, I believe. I said, Jim, would you do me a favor? Would you show up at shareholders, right? I got your ticket, I got you covered for the ticket, just get the plane flight, right? I've learned that from Scott Lewis.
Yes.
Get their ticket, they gotta get the plane. As soon as they book their hotel, they send you their picture of their hotel and their airline tickets, you buy their ticket. That's what I did, right? And I said, Jim, I need you to just come and be my consultant and let us know if we're gonna launch a brand new commercial brokerage platform on planet Earth, what would it look like? Yeah. Jim goes, I got you, man. He showed up, right? Glenn was in the room, Jason was in the room, Jeff Whiteside was in the room, and Jim went crazy. Jim did Jim, our eXp commercial president. Go ahead, Jim.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Sorry, losing my voice. As everyone knows, at all these conventions, you just talk and go, right? But we love it, and it's so exciting. We're always fearful and so excited every time we get to see our family and everyone else. But I'm going to go even further back. So when I was on your list, so many of us are on your list.
I joined. I said, Scott, what do I do next? And Scott Lewis says, make a list of your top 100 agents.
The ones you're scared of.
And then Scott goes out of that list, put like who you most admire, who you're most scared of, who you most want to be in business with, and he was on that top 10 list.
And I've always followed Tom as he was Aria's president and I was his VP. So I followed Tom. I've always watched Tom. And when Tom said, hey, I have this event with eXp, even though I was running another company, I've always stayed open-minded.
Yes.
Because I was looking at your secrets, Scott, and everything, because I was thinking, oh, it's publicly traded, it's a holding company, I'm getting some ideas. So I'm always going to learn what other people are doing. I never close doors. I always explore. I always figure out. I always make friends, right? So that's what I was doing. I was actually not like Russ. I don't mind doing this. I was right there. Like, hey, look at me, right? I was right there showing people I'm there because I'm always going to everyone's event that would invite me to go to learn. Always learning. But through that, I know through the process, there was a point where the NAREP event, Tom just said, you know what? Meet Jason. Let me talk to you and tell about Jason.
National Hispanic Real Estate Association, right?
Or Michael Valdez, Leo Pareja, we're all friends with each other. But at that event, we're all representing and supporting each other with NAR and the multicultural groups. So we went there. And then Tom says, meet Jason. And we were talking with Jason about commercial real estate. And I said, well, because I've been true commercial real estate for 25 years. No, I'm commercial, this is that. And I said, during the process of my time, I literally had a chance to look at most of the big firms, most of the big franchise firms, all of the other different companies, so I got to look under everyone's hood with an NDA and just explore, understand, and I did a SWOT analysis giving everyone feedback. This is why you can't do this is why you can't do this is how you can do this, and a lot of people said this to me, well, it is what it is. This is what it is. And when I usually hear that, I'm like, thank you very much, this is really not for me, I wish you the best. Because when I hear that, it means you don't want to change, you don't want to improve, you don't want to listen, you don't want to grow. When I talked to Jason, and Tom was scared about this one, Jason says, I can get you a meeting in Vegas to meet with RJ, Jeff Whiteside, Glenn Sanford, the entire deck. And I remember how scared this guy was.
Don't F it up, F it up.
He goes, I may be out of the company after this. That's what he said. He goes, I may not survive if you mess it up. But going to the meeting, I was, commercial, a little ballsy, a little, hey, I just told him, this is what you need, this is what you have to do.
You came in with guns firing, guns blazing.
I was shooting, because this is what I wanted.
You had nothing to lose.
Hey, I'm not here now, so I'm going to just tell you what I think and tell you what you can do, telling you how the market and the environment and technology is changing commercial real estate. And I just said, tell you, this is what it is. And after that, I'm like, Tom, how did I do? And he goes, I think you did great. and I know I was still invited. I didn't get kicked out of the conference. I still was walking around at Top Golf, right? Yeah. Got to meet Rob Flick, and I reminded him that I got everyone's number because I was there even even though I was there to present and share my vision of commercial real estate, I was there still to connect with leaders, friendship, because you never know where that goes. But then it actually turned out well, where Jeff Whiteside and Glenn said, we'd like to give you an offer. And maybe there's some things I can't talk about, but I said, you know what, let me think about this. And I said, knowing how commercial is, it's not just transaction, because I did say this to them and everyone. No residential that tried to start commercial succeeded. Think about that, right? Think about it.
Nobody.
Why, right? But you have all of the successful ingredients to build a successful company. Most of the time you run commercial, everyone wants to be a principal. What is that? I want to make passive income, but I don't want the liability. So seeing that the company was publicly traded, seeing that it was corporate, not franchise, showing that you had strength and growth and track record of the residential, building a commercial model on top of success, watching the leadership with open-mindedness, studying everyone, learning the collaboration, the culture. To me, culture trumps anything else, because with good culture, you will go far. Like we said, we don't want to go fast, we want to go far. We want to work together. We are family. We work together. This is what matters. We will go so far, and seeing the right ingredients, even though I knew the mission was hard. I even said this, well, in a new co, using a residential brand, how do you win? You bring all the all-stars. So even year one, being humble and grateful and just asking for friendships, you just say, I'm starting this new company with this new position. I just want to run this by you. Would you help me? So I had friends that were past, and I know we're video, past presidents, past leaders saying, Jim, I'd love to come over. I'd love to help you. I would love to be involved. And many of these leaders were past presidents of their own company. I brought people out of retirement, 60, 80-year-olds. And 2 years later, like you said, they're all coming. More and more people I spoke to 2 years ago are all coming. And these are leaders and past presidents of divisions companies, other publicly traded companies, other franchise companies.
That's right.
They're all coming, baby.
But it does matter when you set this company, bringing the best leaders, keeping the right culture, collaborating, and never sitting on your laurels. You always have to innovate. You always have to pivot. You always have to realize failure is okay. Just stand up again and keep going. You only lose when you stop and you sit down and you wallow in fear, or you have setbacks. We all have setbacks. And I always told the story with Glenn. I love when Glenn shared the story, because in 2007, when the last recession of residential hit the bottom, 2009 is when I kind of blew up and I said, oh, I'm retired, and I'm not retired anymore. But you learn a lot of gratitude, gratefulness, giving back and helping others. But taking all those solid pieces of the puzzle. And I always think, at 50 plus, overnight success, right? Because all the friendships, the knowledge, the success, the failures, everything you're learning along the way helps you with the right ingredients, with the right platform to create eXp Commercial. And with eXp Commercial, we're 2 years in, but now we're a proven concept. I would say COVID helped us, because we all pivoted. Most of the commercial real estate firms, they always said, I need brick and mortar, I need brick and mortar, I need my office. COVID said, I don't need my office, because a good agent said, I know how to work and do and be successful without an office. Do I get a discount if I don't use my office? No, you're still paying for it. They're like, well, maybe I have to think about this. And now we know too, with the rise of the interest rates, right? It's tougher. I would say right now, commercial deals are down 50 to 70%. They are down. People are looking for a home. I've said this many times at shareholders, eXpCon, and all these different events, rallies. eXp Commercial is like what eXp was 5 to 6 years ago. Think about that. When everyone says we're late, oh, we should have been here, commercials where everyone needs to reach out. People that you never would have thought would talk to you or will talk to you, because they may love the firm they're at, they may love the prestige, they need to survive. Right now they need to survive. It's just not trying to close in. I always tell people in realty, use a three-way. I know Scott and many people get me on the phone. And some people even hear some of the office was like, Jim, you're just blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden they're like, we're in. Because it's all friendships, it's relationships. You're building rapport. And if you build rapport, then they start talking some questions and they're like, okay, I get it. And that's the fun thing that we're building right now is we are ready to launch. Fastest growing commercial. We're getting the biggest and best type of commercial agents now. Don't be afraid, build that list. Write a list of the commercial people that you may know or close with that you're fearful of. And let our team, because we will find the right teammates because we're one big family, help you close those deals. Whether they're CB, JLL, Cushman, Colliers, NAI, SVN, any of those, I mean, we all came from those companies. So we can actually, okay, identify, study who this is, to then the right person to say, oh, I was at your firm, and then usually we get the largest and best leaders at their firm. So already they go, oh, you were at this title, this position, or this, you were an owner? You already take away, why should I join you? You're like, wow, you were my boss at the old company, right? We're all talking about bosses, everyone doing it. But when you do that, it really helps the validation, right, of why should I come? Well, they came, so let me vet it and understand this better. And that's the exciting part, but it's not just the brokerage part. Because we know 80-20, capping at 20, or capping and icon, and we always talk to many, we're giving a lot away. To be honest, you're coming to this company as a leader, as a attractor for free. We got to care about our company, but also got to build these services. And that's why I'm siding with Leo Pareja, and also what we're doing at eXp Commercial, we're building the verticals. The finance part of the company, the capital markets, to bring in opportunities, because most deals are not functioning by themselves. You need to add some more equity. You need to add some more for the new interest rate changes to make the deals work. But if you bring in money and save a project, they are forever happy, and now you can control the verticals. You can control all of the other parts of commercial real estate. Many of us have been around many cycles. We are actually creating tax reassessments, corporate services, other ways that are really recessionary. Auction platforms, receivership platforms. Many of us have those relationships. We're putting it into eXp Commercial. So when people ask, are we just transactional in doing transaction leasing and business opportunity, which I'll introduce a friend, so I'm going to jump over there afterwards. But these opportunities are attracting the best, building the services. And my thing is eventually to bring funds, DSTs, and others, because we want to build as one big family, equity. We know those that bought single-family homes in the 2007, 2009. Who bought some homes, right?
Right.
Did you do well? Mm-hmm. Yeah? What do you think's happening now? Another opportunity. So with this opportunity, if we're ready, not leverage, working together, we're going to build equity for the company. We're going to be stewards of our company because we love how our company is growing. But if we all work together, we build value. Like we said, we're one family. We're all shareholders. Well, let's treat this as shareholders. Not always, what can I take? And we've heard this many times. What can I give? How can I help? Can I throw out the trash? Can I turn off the lights? Because we know that you're an owner. Those that keep taking, well, are you really an owner of our company, of our family? And we need to keep that culture, the discipline together to treat this as our home, as our family, because we're only as good as all of our parts helping, with the stock, doing what we can to keep and raise value. That's how we're going to keep this going. That's how everyone else is eventually all coming. And that's why I'm excited to be grateful for this opportunity to run eXp Commercial. And I said, to talk to 10 to 20 people a day. How wonderful is that? Getting to know people. Right? We're all talking, it's about people. And I just want to say, I'm always here for you. I love everyone here in the company. I'm passionate about commercial real estate, diversity, and the children. So there's a lot of things as the younger generation needs to learn our business, not be afraid of it, but there's a different way to do it. And eXp, from all the calls I have, love the way we're working. So just want to say thank you.